Good morning, Jeff Exline. A little late, but better than never on the digital content center with your Tuesday forecast, weather update. I want to show you what's going on. Tracking really three things as I see it, the three main bullet points of the weather. I always like to find the bullet points in the weather. What's going to get people talking? Okay. Of course, number one is the very cold weather this week. That's getting everyone talking. Number two would be the threat for a little bit more snow on Thursday. And what should get you talking is the warm-up coming our way as we head into next week. Nothing, that's going to cause us to break out the Bermuda shorts here, but it is going to be warmer next week, a little bit more seasonable with highs in the low 40s versus what we're seeing this week. Pretty quiet out there right now. Clouds, some sunny breaks, but it's very cold across the region. And it's kind of interesting. You see New Martinsville in that camera there, a lack of snow already on the ground. And, the sun is a lot more stronger now. I can maybe blow this up for you guys so you can see it. There you go. You don't need to see me. Okay, so see New Martinsville, and the sun is stronger this time of year. So you may be wondering, why is the snow melting, even though it's staying well below freezing? And the sun has a lot more power to it. It's higher in the sky in the middle of February than it is in December or January. If this is a cold outbreak in December or January, the snow wouldn't be melting as much in the sunny areas, of course. Those areas that don't get the sun, I'm sure there's still a lot of snow out there because it's cold, but it's kind of interesting when you look at it, go around, just drive around, you see a little bit more in the way of some grass, even though it's very cold. That's because the sun is doing its work. Hello, April. April's waving hello. See, now I need to get back so I can wave. Hi, April. Okay. So there we go. So let's take a look at, it was cold here, no doubt about it, but the core of the cold weather is up in the Dakotas. And I always say my dad was stationed in two places in the Air Force. He was stationed in Minot, North Dakota, and he was stationed in Bermuda. And I always say this is before I was born, obviously, but I always say maybe that's why I became a meteorologist, because of the two extremes. You can't get, he was of the Air Force of the firefighter division, and you can't get more extreme than being in Bismarck or Minot, North Dakota. He also worked at a Piggly Wiggly in Minot, North Dakota. A little fun fact about my dad. And then he was stationed in Bermuda as well. So it's very cold here, but it's even colder there. In Bismarck, North Dakota, they saw temperatures, portions of North Dakota saw temperatures as low as 40 below zero earlier this morning. And they're going to see high temperatures this Saturday, 40 above. That's quite remarkable. That's an 80-degree temperature swing in a matter of days. So that's quite remarkable. You can really see where the core of the cold air here is in the upper Midwest, and it's bleeding into Texas and Oklahoma. So Amarillo is colder than we are here. So it's 15 in Wheeling, and Amarillo's at 7. Kansas City's at 1. We're at 15. So, and then see right along this, there's like a boundary between the very cold air, and it's not quite as cold here to the south. Atlanta's in the 40s, Charlotte. This is where a system's going to be streaking eastward, right along that boundary, right along the Arctic boundary. These snowmakers love to track along these boundaries where there's a temperature gradient, and that's basically will push the jet stream. So that's where these systems are going to track. So we're going to see snow that's originating here and falling here today streak eastward. And I'll show you that in a second. I can see our temperatures will be going up. We will see 40 degrees around here by Sunday. I was talking about North Dakota seeing it on Saturday, but we will have to wait until it looks like Sunday to see that high temperature up near 40. But we'll get there, my friends. Hang in there. I know where it's warmer right now, and that is John, where he's in Hawaii. Tuning in from Hawaii. Congratulations, John. I think you got the long distance award for tuning in on this one. Oh, I'm trying to think where that is in Hawaii. I've been to Hawaii twice. I've been to Kauai, been to the main island, Honolulu, and why am I drawing a blank here on some of the islands in Hawaii? I'm bad with names. Maui. So those are the three islands I've been on. I'm trying to figure out where that one's at, where the name of that city. Wahiwa. See, I probably butchered that. I know Hawaii's a lot warmer. Thanks, John, for checking in, though. Tell me what island you're on if you get a chance. And hello to Marion and hello to Renee. Thanks for checking in. So there we can see our temperatures. Oh, let's see. Sarah's got 20 here. She doesn't have to go outside, and she is retired. There you go. Don't have to go outside at all. I walk with my wife with a dog, and it's actually not that. Yesterday, I don't know. It's not terrible. It was windy yesterday. It was cold, but we were bundled up. It's kind of fun. I don't know. Call me crazy. Temperatures out there in the teens. It's 12 in Wintersville and New Philadelphia, 15 in Wheeling, and 16 in Cambridge. Sarah, you're running a little high with that temperature. We'll be lucky to get to 20 degrees in many areas today. It's going to be a struggle to get to 20. So that's a very cold day. Look at the wind chill. Wind chill, at least we're on the positive side of the fence in Wheeling. Now, the winds aren't nearly as strong as they were yesterday. Winds were gusting to 30 miles per hour yesterday. But today, the winds have subsided around 10 miles per hour. But enough of a breeze with those temperatures in the teens to send wind chills into the single numbers, and even one below currently with that wind chill in New Philadelphia. So next 12 hours, temperatures climb into the teens to near 20 this afternoon, partly sunny sky at times, and we'll drop back down. Another cold night tonight. So whatever you bottomed out at last night, you're likely going to be bottoming up in that same range tomorrow morning. So around 5-10 degrees come tomorrow morning again. So remember, I was talking about how the snow that's developing here in Nebraska and Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, these areas. This area of snow, remember I said there was that temperature gradient where the Arctic boundary is. So it's laying right around here, the boundaries, separating the very cold air to the north of that line and not so cold. Atlanta's in the 40s, so not too bad there. This is where that swath of snow that you see here is going to track. Okay, so let's show you this on Futurecast. So let's see how this works. So there's the snow now. Now let's watch how it tracks. See how it just moves east. See how it's not going to take a big turn to the north here, and it's going to stay to our south tomorrow. So not expecting any snow tomorrow. But so that storm come up the East Coast. Now see all of a sudden that snow forms over there and just moves into our area. That's in response to the upper level low. So the actual low pressure system. Let me see if I can rewind this here for you and show you this a little better. The surface low is streaking here across Kentucky into Tennessee and into the Carolinas. So notice Wednesday morning, the snow will be falling south of us. If you're traveling towards Charleston, South or West Virginia, they're going to see snow. So you're traveling south of the area, you'll see snow, but not going to make it here initially. And you're like, okay, well, that's going to miss us. But that's the surface low. But watch, this upper air feature is going to generate these snow showers. So see, there you are at 11 p.m. See how they're around Cincinnati Wednesday night, and then they're going to start to move into our area here as we head into Thursday morning. Now they're going to be light, but it's cold, so the snow is not going to have any problem sticking here on Thursday. So a light snow accumulation is anticipated. I'll show you this. So again, the main wave passing by to our south, that's where we're going to find the higher snow accumulations here in these areas. And that is going to be towards Charleston and southward. So this is where we're going to see the heavier snow. And some of this is coming Wednesday as well into Thursday. Our snow is coming Thursday. And you look at it, you see the dark blue, which is less than an inch, and this lighter blue, it's just 1 to 3. We're sort of, in between the less than an inch to the 1 to 3 range. I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see a coating to an inch or two out of this with these snow showers. But, maybe enough snow, especially if it comes down early in the morning, which I think it can, Thursday, to cause some slick spots for your morning commute. So just to give you a heads up there on Thursday with that snow potential. Nothing major. It's going to be a light snowfall. It'll be a fluffy, powdery, dry snowfall. But, it'll be moving in Thursday morning. The ground's plenty cold. It will have no trouble sticking. One of those setups. I'm trying to think when we had that. Was that back in January during that cold snap? Much of the month of January was cold, but it was really cold, and there was that. There's snow showers developed in the afternoon. We only got like an inch of snow, but it stuck to everything because it was just so cold. So that can be the case into Thursday. We'll have to watch out for that. So the heavier snow staying to our south next few days. but we'll watch that potential. Looking at your 9+1 day forecast now after that, and you can see our high today, 29 tonight, tomorrow morning, 23 tomorrow, cloudier look tomorrow, and then snow showers break out into Thursday morning, late Wednesday night, Thursday morning, and then on and off through the day. We'll be dealing with them. High of 23, low of 15, then Friday morning, gradual clearing, high 28, partly sunny over the weekend. We jump up to 35 Saturday, 40 Sunday, and low 40s early next week, which is all of a sudden normal for this time of year. That's average. What is an average high? An average high is 41. An average low is 25 for this time of year. So you look at all these highs, these are lower than our average low. So if our high is lower than our average, or if our high temperature is lower than our average low, I had to think about that one, then it's very cold. So we're well below normal here in the near term. Then we get closer to normal into next week. Some people have been asking me about the precipitation. Are we out of the drought? Now, technically, we're under a moderate drought from the drought monitoring, which comes out. They issue a new product weekly on a weekly basis, and that comes out on this upcoming Thursday. A new one will be released. It'll be interesting to see if they remove that moderate drought status. Now, I can't tell you for the year we're below normal. January was actually a very dry month around here. So we're below normal we're already behind the 8 ball here for precipitation. Now, this does account for rain and melted down snow. Okay, so there is water content in snow. It's just less than you would think. An inch of rain is pretty much equivalent. Now, it depends on what the temperature is, but it can be equivalent to 10, 12 inches of snow if that temperature is near freezing. Come Thursday, when we're getting that snow, an inch of liquid would equal almost probably 15, 20 inches of snow, because it's colder. The colder it is, the drier it is. So you get that fluffy kind of snow and that light snow. But so January was a cold month, and the snow we saw didn't have a whole lot of water content in it. So we were below normal. So that put us behind the 8 ball. But notice this month we are above normal in precipitation. A lot of this 2.5 inches came over the weekend with that messy system. And so that brought that heavy precipitation, a lot of it in the form of rain, but some of it on the backside there in the form of snow. And actually at the beginning, there was a little bit of snow Saturday, but a lot of that was rain. So we'll see if we climb out of the moderate drought status. That new product gets issued on Thursday. So just want to bring you up to date. Some people have been asking about where we stand when it comes to the drought conditions across the area. So we want to build up that water table as we head into spring. You don't want to go into spring, and especially spring into summer. You never want to go into spring and summer dry. If you you do that, then you're just setting the table for heat, and you're just setting the table for drought to continue. So let's see. Patty says that she's been to Hawaii. So beautiful. Hate the cold. Have a blessed day. Thank you, Patty. Yeah, it is beautiful. I've been there. It's just is a really, it's kind of neat too. I'm trying to think of the one mountain we climbed for that was on the island of Maui. We climbed for the sunrise, and it was, it could snow in those mountains in Hawaii. But we were up there sunrise, and it was like 30 degrees. I remember being all bundled up. My wife and I were freezing watching the sunrise. It was beautiful. And then we had to go up this hill, which was like, it was kind of crazy. It was like going up. If you look at it on a map, it literally looks like a zipper, bzz, 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 like this, going up and down, like up and down. You just wind up this hill, and this is how bad it was. The bus or the van, wherever we took up to go to this hill to watch the sunrise, the mountain, I shouldn't call it a hill. It's like a big mountain, to watch the sunrise on Maui. They stopped at a convenience store, and mind you, this was the middle of the night before sunrise. They picked us up. We all stopped at the convenience store, like, get ginger and chew on ginger as you go up this hill if you have motion sickness, because that'll help you out. And I was like, oh, I get motion sickness. I better get some ginger. So I got some ginger. I was okay, but it was a lot of back and forth. And you can actually bike this mountain. As we saw bikers going up the mountain, it'd be a lot easier on the way down. But again, it's like zigzagging all the way up. But it was a beautiful sunrise. I remember being very cold. It was like in the 30s, and then coming down, and then we were, on the beach that day in the afternoon, and it was like 80 something degrees and sunny. So that's kind of crazy. And they can get snow on those higher elevations in Maui as well. Let's see. Todd says, any Monday snow issues that I see? Monday. Looking long range out there to Monday. I don't see too many issues on Monday. Todd, then again, that's in the weather world. Monday is kind of a long ways out. By then we may be dealing, I'm trying to think, I have my forecast notes back in the weather center. I think the American model did hint at either some rain or snow showers. I think the European model was mainly dry. There was not a lot of, let's put it this way, I don't see anything big coming our way on Monday. But I think I had chance of some rain showers because I think temperatures will probably be in the 40s. Could be some rain and snow showers, but now I don't see any big issues as we head into Monday. So there's I could throw up that 9+1 day forecast again. As we head into next week, we're going to warm up. So more seasonable. Then it gets tricky whether or not you get rain or snow. During the afternoon, it'd be rain. First thing in the morning, there could be some snow mixed in depending on timing of systems. Actually, Monday, I kept it cloudy. And then Tuesday, a system coming in. Oh, okay. It was Monday night into Tuesday is what I was looking at. Now I remember. But again, when you're that far out, there's not a whole lot of confidence, really a whole lot when you get that far out because things change a lot in the future. So you don't have a whole lot of confidence what's going to happen Monday into Tuesday of next week. I am confident, though, in the overall pattern is more seasonal and not quite as cold next week. It doesn't mean we're quite done with winter yet. We'll still have snow in March, and I still think we'll have snow in April because we always do. You look at the 6 to 10 day, and this is from the Climate Prediction Center, the 8 to 14 day forecast. That 3 to 4 week may be old, actually, but just focus on those first two panels here. So what's happening here in the 6 to 10 day and 8 to 14 day, you can see the temperature outlook. See all this air here is warmer, and see how it oozes eastward. So we become more seasonal and then maybe even a little bit warmer. Precipitation looks dry in the 6 to 10 day. Not a lot. And the 8 to 14 day, it does get a little wetter perhaps by that point. But this is a sort of a dry signal here in the 6 to 10 day outlook versus the 8 to 14. But the harsh cold, those deep blues aren't on top of us. They get shunted off the East Coast. So we should start to warm up. Pretty good signal for that coming our way for next week. You're welcome, Todd. Todd said you're welcome. Okay. I think that's, oh boy, we talked about Hawaii. We talked about Bismarck, North Dakota, and Minot, North Dakota, where my dad was stationed in the Air Force, and Bermuda. We're all over the place on this one. I like it, including here, where it's 15 degrees in Wheeling. And so, yeah, you can really see where that dividing line is. That's where the jet sets up. So it sets up like this, like that. So that's why that snow that we're seeing. See how it's warmer to the south of that line and to the north of that line, it's a lot colder with the core of the cold in the Dakotas. That's why we're seeing that snow there in the center of the country towards Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma. That's why it's going to streak eastward. And it's going to bypass this to our south because it's going to fall that boundary, that Arctic boundary to our south. And that's why the snow is going to miss us. But the upper level low is going to come in and give us a little bit of snow as we head into Thursday. I was just looking at some of the high resolution models and the new, the 12Z data, Zulu time, which would equate to 7 o'clock in the morning, our time, the newest data, basically. It's shown around an inch, maybe two, coating to an inch or two, I think is going to be the call here. It's going to be such a fluffy snow that it can stick and pow up easily because it will be cold. And it could cause some problems even for the morning commute, just enough to make it a little slick because, again, that snow is not going to have any issues. And Renee is glad to see the sun in the near term. So, yeah, the sun helps us out, and the snow out there, it is bright. So make sure you talking about the albedo with snow, how snow has a high albedo, and that reflects the sunlight right back into your eyes. Let's see if we can find that graphic. See all these graphics in here. I need like a search button is what I need. Or I can just search. And then again, finding the graphic and even trying to think of what the name of the graphic would be. I think I may have deleted it out. That's in another library. Oh, well. But Yeah. So snow has a high albedo. That's why when there is snow, especially fresh snow cover like we had yesterday, I mean, it's maybe not so fresh today, but you're out there, the sun will bounce right off of it. It's very blinding. I walked out yesterday after doing this, actually, went to the car for something. And I came back in and I was just seeing white. It was in the studio and everything for like a good minute. I was like blinded by the snow. It was so bright and the sunlight. So that snow has a higher albedo than no snow. So it bounces that back, that sunlight back, the solar radiation. That's also why your incoming solar radiation, if it bounces back, it's colder when you have snow on the ground versus when you don't have snow on the ground. If there was no snow on the ground, it would actually be a little bit warmer than it is today. But that snow helps refrigerate the air, and a lot of it is because of that albedo bouncing the solar radiation back instead of being able to absorb the solar radiation coming in, it gets reflected back, and that's why it's so bright in our eyes. If you ever go skiing on a sunny day, you know that you need those goggles with the tints, the sun. I don't know if they call them the goggles, but like sunglasses, tinted goggles is what they're called. You need them because it's just very bright and blinding when there's snow, because the sun will bounce right off of it right back into your eyes. But it also helps refrigerate the air and keep the surface a lot colder. But as I mentioned, this time of year, now that we're into in the middle of February, the power of the sun has a little more oomph to it than it would in December and January. And it also comes into play when you start seeing snow fall during the day, at night, in the morning as we move forward, especially into March. It has to be, now snow rates can overcome this. But if it's a light snow as we move, especially in the next few weeks, if it's a light snow during the day, and especially if that temperature is anywhere near freezing during the day, snow has a tough time sticking because the sun angle is a lot more powerful than it would be in December or January as you head into middle of February and then more so into March and especially April. Because of that, and that's why snow has a tough time sticking during the day. It has a better time sticking at night, especially when you get into those months where the sun angle is a lot stronger in the sky as we eventually head towards spring. Because at the start of winter, the sun is very low. The angle is very low in the sky, but in the sun's high in the sky, but the angle is low. But as you get into summer, of course, it's more overhead. That's because the direct rays go from the Tropic of Capricorn on the first day of winter all the way northward to the Tropic of Cancer on the first day of summer. So there you go. I think I got all that right. A lot of tropics. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful day. I got to get back to work. It's almost News 9 midday time. I'll see you at noon. And thanks for checking in with this weather update. Stay